Good morning. Actually, it's afternoon now, isn't it? What's going on, friends? Happy Sunday. It is good to see y'all. We are back for our regular Sunday live stream. It's good to see everybody in the chat. Check y'all out. Y'all got here on time, just like me. How about that? Uh, XBIA is here. There's Relative Time Works. There's Margaret. There's Leffe and Ricky and Steven and Andrew. There's Bill, there's Kelly. Wow, look at all these folks. Y'all are awesome. There's Katya. Wow, Katya says, I witnessed Devin Townsend's latest offering on Friday. It is a rock opera called The Moth with full orchestra and choir, 150 people on stage, and it is an absolute masterpiece. Katya, your ears must have been burning because I'm doing some Devin Townsend tomorrow on Metal Monday. You heard it here first, y'all. I've been aching to get, excuse me, chair. This chair is for Megan when she gets here. Um, I've been aching to get back to music from Devin Townsend for the whole freaking year, y'all. And so tomorrow I'm going to take a look at his song Higher from the live in Plovdiv um, live recording. And I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. Yeah, Andrew, it's a good thing Megan wasn't sitting there. Hey, Meg, where are you? I just got to be careful when, okay. Okay. Nua Music says it is 0000 in Indonesia. How are you doing? Welcome. I hope that your Monday starts off well. How about that? They're from the future, I think. They're from the future. Katja says I can't recommend it enough. All you had to do was say new Devon and rock opera. I mean, come on. I am very interested in that. I will be taking a look for that. And before we really start with anything, y'all, I want to tell you I got an email on Friday and it says that there is some new release coming up for Gentle Giant. It's called Playing the Fool, the complete live experience. It's on two CDs or two CDs plus Blu-ray or triple vinyl LP. And it's going to be released on May 2nd of 2025. It says the brand new reimagined, mixed, and mastered version of Gentle Giant's classic 1977 album Playing the Fool is set to be released on May 2nd. How about that, y'all? And it says that that Derek Schulman is available for interviews. So I may be reaching out to chat with Derek there. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Really fun. It's always great to see some new editions of some older classic albums being released. And I got that email on Friday. Wonderful. So they asked me to get the word out, and I'm happy to oblige. Mohammed is asking, any Iron Maiden soon? Not this week. Not this week, but I've got them on the brain. We'll get back to them before too long. What's up, Ray? I knew that you would enjoy that news. So yeah, I'm excited to get that coming our way as well. And friends, I've got a big week coming up, a really big week. The first thing I need to say is what happened last week. We kind of went off on tangents everywhere, but it was a really fun week, and I'm still a little bit behind, and I'll explain that here in a minute. I'll explain that here in a minute. Yeah, Russell, he says, how about some more fish sometime? Before too long. Before too long. I'll get back to do some of their stuff as well. We started last week, y'all. It started last week. Her Ghost in Limbo from Altesia. Sorry, Altesia. How soon I forget. Megan's giggling at me over there. Uh, their upcoming brand new album is called The Somnambulist, and they worked with me to do a world premiere release of their first single from the new album on our channel. And so for the last week or so, the only place that you have been able to listen to their new music is on our channel. I believe that it's going to be released, um, you know, across the internet tomorrow. But it was great to hear that first with all of you. Yeah, Fooney. Um, I really enjoyed the new song, and I've chatted a bit with Clement on email back and forth, and he says, "Just wait, man. It's a deep story. It's got a lot of changes and nooks and crannies to it, and so I'm pumped to be listening to their new album when it comes out for sure. Rock and roll." Aurora says you should do more Ghost. They just released a new song a few weeks ago. I saw that come through my email. Thank you for reminding me. There's too many to try to all get to at once. But thank you for reminding me. Excellent. Excellent. So last week we started with Altezia and did the big world premiere with them. We went to a gaming Wednesday with Ace Combat Zero. How about that? That was a Meg's choice. And that had some flamenco guitar in it that I really, really enjoyed. On Thursday, we went to some Jethro Tull for a throwback Thursday. Whenever I release a reaction to Jethro Tull, I get an email from my uncle, who's a big Jethro Tull fan and Ian Anderson fan. He's like, "All right, one of my favorites from Jethro Tull, Skating Away on the Thin Ice of a New Day." That's the one that we dropped this past Thursday. And then on Friday, everybody, Kate Bush, Hounds of Love, side one, starting with Running Up That Hill, and then ending with Cloud Busting. Y'all, that's a heck of an album. It's really, really spectacular. Um, an idea too, to make the whole first side very commercial, and then the whole second side just kind of a half concept album about a fear of drowning, right? The Ninth Wave Suite. Um, just wonderful. And I really enjoyed the videos that went along with her songs. And Cloud Busting was a heck of a tune, a heck of a tune, and a heck of a backstory, y'all. Andrew says he has loved Big Sky, the Big Sky from his first listen. Yeah, that was on there as well. Awesome. Great, great, great. Hey, Louise, what's going on? Rock and roll. Okay, Russell is going to see Fish for the 100th time this June. Woo! Congratulations, man. Um, it's great to have a band that you can just go and see all those times, isn't it? Holy crap. Awesome. Well, I need to tell you what's coming up this week, don't I? And it's going to be a little bit of a shortened live stream today, y'all, because we have another edition, another installment of Doug on Demand. That's coming up at 2 o'clock at the bottom of the hour, or the top of the hour, I should say. The top of the next hour. That's what we're up to. Doug on Demand. We are inviting our council members, Council of Doug's members, and Doug's Angels to be with us on a Zoom. And we're just getting together for a couple of hours and playing your favorite tunes that you want me to hear. And I love, love, love the Doug on Demands. It is the wheel of fate, the wheel of names that we pick from there, and may the odds be in your favor, friends, today. So that's coming up at 2 o'clock. I will need time to get all of your names properly installed on the wheel. So I'll be cutting this short at about 1:30 here and getting ready for that. And I'm pumped for it. Wonderful. So, oh, nice, Lefty. I bet that would be a lovely album to have on vinyl. Hounds of Love. Great. Derek says Donald Sutherland was in Britain, but was not allowed to work. So he did the video for Cloud Busting for free. I wonder how he got connected with Kate. Was he just a fan? I don't know. I don't know.
Can I come in and say hi?
You can come in and say hi. Megan is going to crash the party. There she is. It means I need to move myself over.
Hello.
I'm going to move over.
shove over
and make room for the Megsta. There she is.
Hi.
Am I doing okay so far?
I think so.
Have you been
I
listening?
was overhearing from next door.
Nice.
I had a couple things I had to wrap up before.
Aha.
I was like, I gotta get in here before it's done. My glasses are really. Pardon me. I'm going to just do a little.
It's always
wipey,
part of
swipey.
it, isn't it? So let me tell y'all, they're excited to see you.
Hi everybody. I'm excited to see you all.
Let me tell y'all what we have coming up this week.
Okay.
Because it's exciting. And I also have to tell you a little bit about what happened to me last week that you're going to get to see this week.
I'm surprised that you're going with Devin because I thought we talked about something else.
I just had to.
I get it.
I had to.
Love Heavy Daddy.
It was fate because we were thinking Devin or somebody else, and Katja comes on and she's talking about Devin Townsend dropping some new rock opera, and I'm like, well,
yes, we have to check that out.
That's like an omen, you know.
I agree.
You must. Agree. This is the Devin Townsend you're listening to, right? You know.
This is the Devin Townsend.
Indeed. So yeah, we're going to listen to Higher from his concert from Plovdiv back several years ago.
Or an oh man.
Oh man.
Is it an omen or an oh man?
Either way. So on Tuesday, I'm going to be Tuesday is April 1st, by the way. But I'm not kidding.
We're not doing an April Fool's Day.
I'm not fucking around, y'all. I am.
I'm not fucking around.
I am going to release the March fan favorites on Tuesday.
Correct.
It's about a third done, y'all. So I actually got to.
We went extra big.
We did. I got to bring it up because here's what happened, y'all. Okay, here's my thing. So, Son of a Preacher Man. We're doing Women's History Month in March. And so all of these are songs by women. Yes. So Dusty Springfield with Son of a Preacher Man won. Okay. Kate Bush is in there with Breathing. I think that's from the album before The Dreaming, which is the one that I heard on Patreon recently. Annie Lennox came in third and with her song Why. Then Joni Mitchell with Help Me. I don't think I've heard that one. Janis Joplin, Me and Bobby McGee. I know that one pretty darn well. The video that Pam sent in for the Woodstock performance wasn't really a good quality. I looked at it, and I think I'm going to do a different video or a different presentation of that, but I think it's going to be better.
I think it'd be really fun to sing Me and Bobby McGee like karaoke some night, but you would probably have to really liquor me up.
That would have to be
for me to be brave enough to attempt that in front of people.
Singing Me and Bobby.
One thing singing it in the car.
That's a 3-drink minimum.
Yeah.
For a karaoke experience, don't you think? I
think I could do it.
Till Tuesday with Voices Carry also got in there. And here's the thing, y'all. All of these next ones were like
Voices Carry is a special song.
Was separate. I think I've heard that one from back in the day. Ray put that one in. But I haven't heard it in a long time. Here's the problem that we ran into. That was about all of them that I was going to do. And they're relatively short, a lot of these songs. So I had some more time to include. But here's what I'm looking at. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs within like 1 or 2 votes of each other. And they're all good. Yeah. I think they're all stuff that makes me want to hear them.
Like they're from people who, even if you haven't heard it, you know who the artists are, which makes it intriguing to you, yes?
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we decided to do. We did do another Doug's Angels pick for this month. Our friend George has won that, and he has put forth a lovely selection for us to include. But for a Meg's choice, we're kind of what we're doing is we're making it a Meg and Doug's prerogative and just making it a huge fan favorites. That means it's taking me a couple of days to record the
Put it
whole
all
darn
together.
thing and
Yeah.
put it all together.
Mhm.
So besides all the ones that I've mentioned before, we've got Message of Love from the Pretenders. We've got
Love
a
that
piece
song.
called BC from bassist extraordinaire Tal Wilkenfeld.
She's freaking amazing.
How can I say no to my good friend Rachel Flowers?
Yeah.
She's doing some Trilogy by
Yeah.
ELP.
Amazing.
I can't say no to that.
No.
The Runaways, Cherry Bomb.
Cherry Bomb.
I don't know
Love
that
it.
song. And it's only 2.5 minutes. So
Yeah.
it's, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then I could not keep Katie Lang and Crying doing that. I believe it's a live.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh God, so good.
I believe it's a live cut of her covering the great song by Roy Orbison, right?
Yeah, so
I'm doing all of them, y'all. So give me a little time.
God.
I've got about 4 or 5 of them recorded. Andrea says I have heard Cherry Bomb. Did I block it out? No, it's fine. It's a short one, but because all of these were like right next to each other, I could not, in good conscience, pick one over the other. So it's either all or nothing. And y'all know me, I'm a people pleaser. I want to make y'all happy, So
when he says all or nothing, he's not doing all of the songs from the Patreon.
I mean, the voting has to mean something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
agreed.
So we're gonna have Son of a Preacher Man, Breathing from Kate Bush, Why from Annie Lennox, Help Me, Joni Mitchell, Me and Bobby McGee, Voices Carry, Message of Love from the Pretenders, music by Tal Wilkenfeld, ELP music done by Rachel Flowers, The Runaways, and Katie Lang doing a Roy Orbison tune. Come on. That's going to be a big time fan favorites, and it's coming at you on Tuesday.
Coming at you.
Hopefully, whenever I can get it done, y'all. But it's in the process. I was overwhelmed yesterday trying to get it done, and just realizing I'm not going to be able to get all of this done. No. And so we decided just to let it ride. Y'all will be patient. And how many songs is that? That's going to be like 12 tunes by the time we get everything said and done.
My favorite thing.
What's that?
I just was looking at your list here, and you have what the people who submitted each of these songs, you have their write-up that they gave.
I do.
For it. My favorite one is from Auntie Mame, who submitted the Pretenders Message of Love. And she just simply wrote, Chrissy Hind kicked down some doors for women in rock. Let's hear it.
Rock and roll.
Yes.
And roll. Indeed.
I love it.
So that's the story. That's the story with the fan favorites. And that's what we decided to do. So thank y'all for your support, for understanding.
Yeah. Margaret, that Katie Lang track is amazing.
That would be great.
Yeah, thank you for understanding. Everybody. We wanted to do an extra big episode for women in for celebrating Women in History month, and we thought, let's go.
Good luck on your
big.
Yeah. Good luck on your surgery, Andrew. Good luck on your surgery.
Oh, wait, where are you looking at?
That
cataract. Oh, yeah. Good luck with that.
That's right, Leffy. A big fat fan favorites. Kind of looks like me a little bit.
What'd you say?
A big fat fan favorites.
What do you mean looks like you? Stop it.
I'm big.
Stop it.
Got a little bit of excess.
Then we're gonna throw that on to me as well.
Okay. Well,
I resemble that remark.
Janine, I don't think.
Hey, baby. All right. Yeah,
Janine, I don't think we know what the April topic is yet.
Yeah, we've not decided, but we need
We'll talk. We'll let you know.
We'll make that decision.
We'll let you know.
Soon.
So on Wednesday.
Super Doug size.
Here. Okay. Before I tell you what's happening on Wednesday, I need to tell you what happened last.
Yeah.
Was it Thursday or was it Wednesday? I think it was Thursday.
Time has no meaning to me anymore.
I got to conduct an interview last week, y'all, and I got to talk with the members, or a few members of the brand new band called Cosmic Cathedral.
Can we call it a super group? Because really that's what we're talking about.
It kind of is.
A super group.
So Cosmic Cathedral is a brand new group. and it's a 4-piece, and it's the players here are out of this world, y'all. We've got Neil Morris, we've got Phil Kagi. Shoot, what's Byron's last name? I'm blanking on
Oh,
Byron's
I am
last name.
too.
Shucks. And Chester Thompson on drums. And so the record company set this up for
Hello,
us,
Pete.
and they said that I was going to be talking with Neil and with Phil, and so the time came, and we sat down with Zoom, and we had a lovely conversation. We're talking about their debut album and how this all came about, how these guys got together and made this album. And as we were wrapping up, we're getting close to done, and who pops on the Zoom? But Chester Thompson.
Yeah.
Chester Thompson was on my computer, y'all, and I about lost it.
Yes.
I'm like, I mean, I've had the opportunity to talk with some pretty great musicians and meet some great musicians doing the Daily Doug. I was spellbound. I'm like, yeah,
they're feeling you on that. Yeah.
I was like, hey Chester, you remember that time? You remember that time when you were playing with Frank Zappa? And that was awesome.
You went full Chris Farley.
Come on. So I'm gonna share my interview with Phil and with Neil and a little bit of Chester at the end on Thursday. And I'm also going to be reviewing their first single from this debut album. It's from the Deep Water Suite. There's this big 38-minute suite that takes up most of this album.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be on Thursday. And I've had Chester on my brain because I can't believe I got to talk to that guy.
Yeah.
And
yes,
he has Guitar Channel. And I was remembering just who all that he's played with. He played with Santana, he played with Genesis and Phil Collins. And I was remembering, he played with Frank Zappa. So I went to our master list to see what from Frank Zappa we have on the list. And there was a selection that was sent in to us by our friend Peter T. Peter T is in the chat. Peter.
And Weather Report is a great option also. And we need to get back to Weather Report.
How do I say this? Echidna's ARF. And don't you ever wash that thing.
Show me where you're looking.
It's over here.
Oh.
This is going to be 2 songs from a live album called Roxy and Elsewhere.
Echidna?
Echidna's ARF.
Echidna's ARF of you.
Is that like backwards or something? I don't know what that means. But this is a piece that Peter sent in to us, and it's from a live album, a double live album. And Ruth Underwood is on, the Mothers are all there. Chester's on drums, Frank's on the guitar and vocals. And this is 2 songs. Echidnas are an animal. Okay, it's a little Australian creature.
That's cool. I love learning new things.
There you go. Andrew, I don't know what he's talking about, but he was wondering if you've ever watched it. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So
I'm excited for this. I'm so excited.
This is kind of how this is kind of how I make connections and make decisions. On a weekly basis, it kind of needs to make sense to me, So, hey, Chester Thompson. Well, Chester plays with Zappa, and I haven't reviewed any Frank Zappa this year. Okay, so it's time. It is time. I'm going to take a look at 2 songs, I believe, from side 2 of 4. From Roxy and Elsewhere. It's Echidna's ARF of You.
Is it Kidna or Kidna? I'm curious to know. Oh, and Ray says that they are monotremes. Is that how you say that? Like the platypus.
I will read in on it.
Cool.
But by Wednesday, I'll have enough information to tell you what I know. How about that? And then Don't You Ever Wash That Thing. So it'll be celebrating Chester. It'll be celebrating all that great music by Frank Zappa and the Mothers, and it's always a great time to get back to Frank Zappa.
Thank you so much.
because we haven't at all this whole year.
Yeah, Janine, it's been a long time since we've had Queen on the channel.
Yeah.
Echidna.
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 Echidna. Echid.
Rock and roll.
Echidna. Oh, huh?
Echidna. We'll figure it out. What's up, Sander?
Echidna. So the emphasis is on the second
syllable. Yeah.
Yes.
Sander had a birthday yesterday. Any chance of doing a Blur album stream? Is Blur an album or a band? I don't know. I'm unfamiliar.
It's hard to do a stream of an album, but unless we do it over on the Patreon side.
Janine,
like in Discord.
It's been too long for Queen. I hear you.
True.
I hear you.
Agreed.
Blue were a one-hit wonder here in the U.S., but they were huge in the 90s in Britain. Well, there you go. Thank you, Chris.
Oh, cool.
Another band I haven't heard of. Wonderful. So, we got Devin Townsend on Monday. We've got a whole bunch of great music by women.
And happy birthday, Sandra. Sorry, I forgot
on
to say.
Tuesday.
Happy birthday.
I've got some Frank Zappa and the Mothers. They're doing it live.
Awesome.
On Wednesday. Thursday is my interview with Neil Morris and Phil Kagi and Chester Thompson of Cosmic Cathedral. And then on Friday, I've heard this, y'all, but it's been since I was in high school.
Really?
It's been since I was in high school.
I'm sure it has come across your ears since then.
We were drinking beer. We were drinking beer in high school. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Was this in the basement playing pool?
No, it was
because I love that story.
It was coming home from the golf course.
Okay. I love that story of you and Aaron and your brother.
Yeah, my good friend Aaron and my brother. There was a pool table in the basement, and underneath the pool table there was a little ledge, and that's where we kept our beer. And only when we banged against the table did the bottles make noise. And after a couple years, Dad found out.
Well, because he was down there and heard the clinking.
And he heard the clanking, and he was like,
he goes, but
if I remember, kids drinking beer down here?
Well, if I remember correctly from when you told me the story before, I think that you guys you tried, I don't know if you said something or someone tried to do something sly. And I think that you said that your dad was like, do you think I don't know that you have that? Like he knew.
No, he didn't.
I thought that I remembered you telling me that he was like, you think I didn't know about this?
Well, he was the one that kept the Bud Light in the garage fridge, and and my room was down in the basement, so I could go get a Bud Light anytime I wanted, which was not very often, by the way.
He liked putting tomato juice in it, right?
Don't tell them that. That's going to make them think bad about me.
That doesn't. You weren't doing it.
I'm related to that.
There are people who do that. I don't. It's not my thing.
He likes tomato juice in his beer. That's just wrong.
I don't know if anyone ever wants a Bud Light. That's what I'm saying, Chris.
Chris tells the truth.
Agreed.
So, let's see.
Yes, sort of a redneck Bloody Mary, I guess.
Beer is a gateway to better beer. Guitar Channel's not lying. So, I still haven't told them.
Kelly says I'm telling your mom.
About on Friday.
Okay.
Inagata Davida. Iron Butterfly.
Yes.
That's what it's on. What's happening. I was trying to figure out what am I in the mood for on Friday. I was going to the master list, and I'm like, that's a nice jam tune. I haven't heard it in years.
I told God there won't be a lot to analyze in that, but he's like, listen,
I'll play along,
hang out and have a good time.
I'll have a smoke or two with 4. I'll have the keyboard out. We'll just hang out and have a good time on Friday with some Iron Butterfly. It's
gonna be fun,
y'all.
It's gonna be a good time.
So
that's right. Extra herb for that one.
You know me too well, Ross. So this is the thing. This is the thing. Doing? I don't know. She's. I think the dog is into something.
I'm gonna go figure out what's going on. I'm gonna go
So
figure. Hey, much love, everybody.
Meg's gonna go
I
check on
gotta
the
go
dog.
figure out what's happening with our DOG.
Yeah.
Our
Anyway,
DOG.
and we're about done here as well because I need to get all of your names on the wheel of Doug's for the Doug on Demand. And I need time to do that. So one more time, y'all, we've got Devin Townsend, Higher, live from Plovdiv on Metal Monday. Tuesday, which was going to be an off day for me this week because there's 5 Tuesdays in April. I will be completing and publishing our March fan favorites celebrating Women's History Month with a whole bunch of songs, great songs by women. And then on Wednesday, we've got Frank Zappa and the Mothers with 2 songs off of their live album, Roxy and Elsewhere. We're doing Echidna's Arf and Don't You Ever Wash That Thing. On Thursday, Cosmic Cathedral, an interview with Neil Morse and Phil Kagi and Chester Thompson, and music from these guys. And it's wonderful stuff, friends. It's really, really good. And then on Friday, we're finishing out the week with Inagata Davida from Iron Butterfly. Louise, I don't think there's anything but the long version, right? Steven says Slayer does a cover of Inagata Davida. I don't know if I'll have time for covers, especially on that one thing. But we're going to sure enjoy it. We're going to sure enjoy it. And Janine, thank you. Great week, she says. I will make a note that it has been too long since we got to some Queen for sure. So we'll have that coming up. I'll have another EPL poll for our patrons to vote on, and in the meantime, we have Doug on Demand coming up in about 30 minutes. So I am going to sign off, friends, and wish you a lovely Sunday and a great week. And I am going to get prepared to have a great session with the Council of Dougs and Doug's Angels. And I'm looking forward to that. Always a good time. So thank y'all very much for hanging out with us today. It is always wonderful to make your acquaintance and hang out with y'all. I wish you a lovely Sunday and a great week, and we'll see you soon on the Daily Doug. Peace, y'all. Have a good one. Meg says bye too. Okay, y'all be well. Bye bye. Need to get my finger in the right spot. I think I found it.